Well, hello everybody. Got a really fun video got going on today. A gun been really excited about. This is a Browning FN high power. So this is a good friend of mine. He's had it for a while. Done quite a bit of work with it. The information we got on this was manufactured in the 70s, and it was an Israeli police trade-in. So it's got some interesting history. You know, things like that. You wish these guns could talk and tell you the places they've been and things they've done and seen. And so anyway, as you can see, the gun is not completely stock. It's got a different set of aftermarket grips on it and a fully adjustable set of sights on it. I am not sure the brand of the sights. I call them the Bolmar style sights, white outline with the black front ramp on it. A friend of mine that got this is the way he bought the gun, and he got a pretty reasonable price on it, and I think the fact that it wasn't stock made the price a little bit more reasonable. Anyway, it's a great shooter. Been real excited about doing this video. A couple things on it that's interesting. So these factory have the magazine disconnect. So as you can see, no magazine in it. Chamber's empty on it, but somebody somewhere along the lines has removed the magazine disconnect. So the gun will fire without the magazine in it. So that's an interesting thing on it. I know there's a lot of controversy on that feature. I know some of the old Smith & Wesson, exposed hammer double actions have that. Some people love them, some people hate them. Honestly, I don't have an opinion on them. If that's the way they came, I would probably left it alone the way it is. So, but anyway, I'm really excited about shooting this. I got three different ammo we're gonna be shooting today. So this guy is just a Federal factory FMJ, just the bulk ball ammo is what I'd call it. We've bought these, we used to buy these at Walmart, pretty reasonable. Of course, that's all went away with the political agenda of today's world. But yeah, we've got a bunch of these, have a lot of fun with them. Pretty much every gun that we've had has shot these pretty good. So it'll be interesting today to see how the Browning does. So the second one we'll be shooting, this is hand load of mine. Of course, I don't share hand loading data. Pretty sure this has got unique powder in it. It's a 115 grain Speer plated bullet. These were on sale at a local gun shop here several years ago. Bought them dirt cheap is what I thought. You know, they're compared to the Bully, or they're compared to the Berries plated bullets. So anyway, had fairly good luck with these. What's interesting about these, every gun 9mm I own will shoot these, but they're not very accurate. I don't know. The only one that I have that'll shoot these good is the CZ75. Of course, you guys know how much I like CZs. So anyway, be interesting to see how the Browning does today. And then the third one we're going to be trying is another hand loaded with unique powder. This is a Hornady 115 grain XTP. So XTPs are fantastic bullets. I mean, they've got a great reputation. Pretty much every gun that I own shoots the XTPs well. So it'll be interesting to see. Kind of, I've got a lot of 9mm ammo, and my thought was, this gun was designed back in I think the design phase started in the 20s, finished in the 30s. Pretty much 115 grain FMJ was about the only ammo they even had. So I think that's what John Browning designed it around. So we're staying with 115s. I know that there's a lot of guys, the guy that owns this gun shoots a lot of 124s. There's some heavier stuff, the 147s out there. But, for today's shoot, I just thought, well, we'll stick with 115s. I got three pretty good varieties, that are all common, and we'll see how they do. So let's get to shooting. Okay guys, here we go. This first three shots is going to be the Federal Full Metal Jacket 115 grain factory ammo. All right, let's walk up and have a look. All right guys, well, I can't say I'm not a little bit disappointed. This is about a 3-inch group. Point of impact's pretty good. But I was certainly hoping for better accuracy out of that. All right, guys. Well, certainly a little bit disappointed in the accuracy on that. Of course, me and a good friend of mine, Vaughn, you guys heard me talk about him. We had this little debate about handgun accuracy. My goal is always a 3-shot group under around 1 inch. And Vaughn's like, Chris, you're nuts. These guns are not target guns. You're trying to make target guns out of these service handguns. Anyway, so we have a fun little debate about that. But you know, Vaughn loves this gun. It's got a super nice trigger. You know what's interesting for me on this gun is it's a little bit smaller. I can honestly tell you I've never handled one of these until I got this one from Vaughn. And you know, my hands are exceptionally large. This gun really doesn't fit me very well. The trigger is super nice on it. You know, the ergonomics of the gun is great. And what's funny is Vaughn has exceptionally small hands. So there again, that's our debate between him and I, is if a gun fits me well, it probably doesn't him, and vice versa. So it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with the debate on that. So we're going to take 3 more shots with the plated bullets and see how they do. Going to take a quick second here and just ask you guys to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like what we're doing on the channel. We're seeing some growth, so want to tell everybody appreciate the subscribers that we've had recently, and we're hoping to get to 1,000 here in the next few months, so we'll keep going. So alrighty guys, so these next 3 are going to be the Speer plated hand-loaded bullets. Alrighty, let's walk and have a look. Alrighty guys, so these are the Speer plated bullets. Not quite as good as them other ones. You know, we're looking about a 5-inch group on that. And you know, I've kind of had that experience, is the guns that'll shoot those that shoot those factory FMJs sometimes don't like these plated ones quite as well. Alright guys, so that group wasn't quite as good as I'd like it to be, but you know, that's the experience I've had with those plated bullets. I've kind of gotten away from them. About 1 box of 500, got a few of them left, and I'm sure there's some guns, and with some more load development, you could probably get them to shoot a little better than that. That's kind of way I've had as those plated bullets, is that, you know, that's a 5-inch group, 3 shots, kind of typical of what I've gotten. That's why I've kind of gotten away from them. I had great luck with these Hornady XTPs. That's what we're going to be shooting next. So it'll be interesting to see if the old Browning will like those. So here we go, we'll give them a shot. Alrighty, these are the 115 grain Hornady XTPs. Alright you guys, I'm gonna flip the camera around. I hope you believe what you see here, because I'm having a hard time believing it, but here we go. So I would bet anybody that is 3 holes. So we talked, me and Vaughn, you know, we have our little debate about 1-inch groups. That's about a 3/4 inch group. So I hope you guys believe that that is 2 holes. There's the 3rd one. So I'll try to get a little closer on there. I am 100% confident that is 2 holes. I don't believe that I got 2 shots right there and didn't hit the paper on the rest of them. I'm not sure why the train has to come by every time we shoot, but I'm sure you guys can hear it. Anyway, that's a fantastic group. 3 shots under 1 inch. All right, we're gonna do the cardinal sin of shooting. You shoot a group like that, it's time to go home. You should roll it up, call it a day, pat yourself on the back, say, great job. Of course, I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna shoot 3 more and make sure that wasn't a mistake. So anyway, if my son was here, he'd be poking a lot of fun at me, because we've had days at the shooting range where he shot a group like that and I made him go home. So anyway, we're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna shoot 1 more 3-shot group with the Hornady 115 grain XTPs. And hopefully we don't screw it up. All right, let's go have a look. I'm scared to go up there, see how bad I fouled up a great group. Let's go check it out. Told you guys I should have went home. I'll flip the camera around. Alrighty, so I marked those 3 shots with the marker off camera, and here was the next 3 shots. We're gonna call this one a loosen up behind the trigger. So if that's the case, we still got 5 shots under 1.5 inches. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's a flyer. We're gonna call that one. That was operator error. So all right, guys, we're gonna call this night. The sun's about down. It's getting dark, but you know, that FN, what a fantastic gun. Of course, it's got a little bit of a preference to ammo. Those XTPs, it loved them. You know, 5 shots under 1.5 inches with the 6th being a flyer. that first 3 shots was fantastic. So yeah, I'm pretty tickled with this gun. It's just interesting for me. I've never shot one. I've never even picked one up. I find it whole interesting about this the Browning high power craze. There's been a huge interest in them in the last couple years. Springfield's making a clone of one. One of the import companies, Grishon, I believe, is making one. So there's a huge interest in these. You know, my whole shooting, ever since I was a kid shooting guns, I never even knew anybody that owned a high power. I never remember even see one in the store. And it's interesting, I don't know if it's just here in the West that they're not popular, maybe more in the East or the Midwest of the United States they are. I really don't know. Like I say, I don't ever remember even seeing one in the store anywhere. But got a new interest in them. This is a great gun. A lot of fun with it. Like I say, for me, it's interesting because it doesn't fit me as well as I thought it would. It looked like a bigger gun, more of a 1911 size gun, but it's not. It is slightly smaller. So, you know, it's for guys like my buddy Vaughn, you know, this gun probably fits him extremely well, and me not so much. So, all right, well, we did some great groups with great fun shooting on paper anyway. Those last XTP groups, that gun obviously has a little preference to those Hornady's. You know, and I've had a lot of guns that way. I don't know if I've mentioned on the channel, but I'm kind of getting away from the others. Most of my 9mm just love those XTPs, and they're a reasonable price for a premium hollow point. That's a great bullet. One of these days I'm going to get busy and order. I know that you can buy those in a bulk pack, and I think they're around $15 a 100. I think they come in a 3,000 or 4,000 round box, so you know you got to spend a little money to get that kind of a savings. But anyway, they're great bullets. That's kind of where I'm going to. I've tried cast bullets, I've tried those plated, tried about everything under the sun, and it's really hard to beat those XTPs. So anyway, I was going to talk about the magazines a little bit. This guy is a 14 round magazine, and I've read some articles about the newer guns that have even higher capacity, up to 17s. I don't have any experience with them. The one article I read said that the 17s didn't feed as well. This guy with these 14 rounders feeds absolutely perfect. Vaughn was telling me he's had 0 malfunctions. This gun will feed anything, literally anything you throw into it. So interesting. If you guys have any experience with that, leave some comments. I'd be interested to see what experiences people are having out there with these magazines. So anyway, I'm just going to burn some lead down range. I got a 50-yard target down there. We'll see if we can ring some steel at 50 yards with the old Browning high power. Hey, hit right off the bat. See if we can do that again. Had a few hits on the 50-yard. Let's try the 25. Well, the magazine didn't lock back on that, but it functioned, everything there good. So, you know, another thing I was going to mention about this gun that's a little bit interesting is the safety. It's got ambidextrous safety on it, but the safety on it for me is a little hard to reach. I don't know if these aftermarket grips are a little thicker this way, but for me to grab that safety, and maybe I'd get used to it, it's a little bit different. You know, I'm used to more of the 1911s that have a little bit more just flat metal sticking out for that grip. But I mean, it's a solid grip or a solid safety, but it's just a little bit different for me. So anyway, I think we're going to call it a night. The sun's about down, getting dark, so we're going to wrap this up. I want to tell everybody thanks for watching, and please hit the subscribe button.